Hi, I'm Nid, Karma Guide and Spiritual Business Consultant. In this video, we are going to be looking at the relationship of money and spiritual business, or spiritual teaching, sharing of spirituality and how that should be a part of the way that we all live and connect in this world. It can be quite a common perception that spiritual teaching should not be something that we have to pay for. It doesn't fit within the commercial world. And that on some levels is appropriate, because in our current commercial and capitalist paradigm, greed and very human attributes that are not part of spiritual teaching currently lead part of the way commercialism and business is operated. So that belief and perception is very accurate, and many of us can tap in and feel that resonance. However, it's really important to acknowledge that all spiritual teachings have always had money attached to them. It's just often that it's done through other means, through taxes, through the way people donate, or often land is given or even maybe sometimes taken and allocated in history. And that is because spiritual teachings still need a physical space, still needs people who still need to be fed and clothed and cared for. And spiritual work is very costly, especially when we look at Christian missions and other religious missions that take themselves out to go and help people in suffering, in need. They need funding in order to do this. And so spirituality is not exempt from money. It's not separate from the flow of money. It is integrated into our economic system. It's just that we don't like to attach the value that we do through commercialism. And that's really understandable, because a lot of the way we connect to value currently is built through the advertising paradigm that we have of selling based on people's emotional need. So, digging into pain points, saying you're in so much suffering that you need this. And yet our spiritual teachings are saying suffering is an illusion and you can have everything without needing to be in this desperate, sad place. So that's where our conflict really arises between commercialism and spiritual teaching. It's not that spirituality doesn't fit within this paradigm, it's that the paradigm currently is operating off of basic human need, fear points, rather than where spirituality teaches us, which is love and unconditionality. So when we can see that this is where there's a mismatch, there is a place for spiritual business to start to move the other industries and our consumer market towards the path of inspiration, the path of choosing to spend money not from fear, not from pain, not from suffering, but towards what spiritual teachings really offer, which is allowing grace and creation of your life through the responsibility of your own actions, thoughts, and emotional state. And I know that that's what many of my spiritual business clients do, and even my creative clients who are not spiritual businesses, and my clients who work in embodiment, who work for outsourcing companies and tech companies and manufacturing companies. They are spiritual people operating within those paradigms, trying to bring through spirituality in their way, in their business operations. So we want to see that we can shift this current paradigm of pain and greed to one of flourishing and inspiration. And whatever those words might be for you, maybe it's just literally from suffering to joy. Maybe it's just from loneliness to connection and love. So your role in a spiritual business is to embrace how money and your work do flow together. So what can be a helpful viewpoint is to understand the energetics of business, you and money. and how this all works together, these 3 points. So you are a soul, right? You are an energetic part of the cosmos, and you are structured of your own energetic components that make this a beautiful soul. And that has its own expression, its own drawing of what it wants to experience in this lifetime and past karma that needs to be resolved. And one of the most unique ways that your soul is going to have the most embodied spiritual experiences is through your expression in everything that you do. And that may be as a business, or it may be working for a business, but expressing your soul within that structure, because not every soul is meant to be an entrepreneur or a creator of businesses, right? So recognize that your soul needs to express itself in what you do to live, in what you do to share and connect with other people. That is what you're going to resonate. And how you do that could be in a daily job, or it could be through your spiritual business. So this is one side of your karma that's going to need to be resolved and expressed. The other side is that if you have created a business, or even if you work for someone else, is this energetic entity, which is the business that is created. An energetic entity does not have a soul. It is created through your 4th dimensional thought forms. And then when you put it out there, talk to people, show marketing materials, do all your marketing communications and your sales, then you're introducing other people's 4th dimensional thought forms about your business. And so we're getting this whole creation of an energetic entity from lots of people's thought forms. Now, in order for a 4th dimension energetic entity to manifest, the material is going to be money. And this is how it connects, right? So your ideas have created this 4D. It needs to connect with other people, and that's where money is going to come in to bring you flow of energy and manifestation at a 3-dimensional level, right? Because you are 3D, you've got to experience life in 3D, as do your clients. And so we have to ground, right, this soul, this mental side, and probably emotional, into a physical experience living on this paradigm. And that is the key part that money contributes. It's almost like the living 3-dimensional life force, right, of manifesting. And this is why money is neutral energetically. And it's also why your state, right, and how you act and behave in your business, how you connect and communicate in your business is going to influence the money that is created, the money that flows. This isn't about building up money. It's not about letting go of money. It's a flow of money, just because money is energetic, just like your thoughts, just like your state, just like your soul. So we're looking at these 3 interactions of flow of energy and how we're moving from these different vibrational states to come into manifesting as a whole experience. So that means that in order to be in balance, you are looking at your integrity and values, as well as value offered. But this isn't just as a sales or a marketing position, but also the integrity and how you hold your values in every part of how you operate in your business. This is super important, and this is why the more you can be in a creative, enjoyable, fun flow, whatever that is for you when you're in work, is the most important place to get yourself to, because then all 3 of those things are going to be flowing beautifully. Your mind's going to be flowing with your soul, and the money's going to be flowing in return between all the connections that you are building between your soul, your mind, your emotional state, and the actions that you are taking. So this is why it's really important that we set clear goals around our business, because without that, we don't have that energetic manifestation. For those of you who are not money driven or visually even driven, this is where you really need to do that sense, heartfelt work, feeling the intention, feeling the service, the level of it, and also feeling what lifestyle you want. How do you want to live? What's the comforts? Like, if you can feel the quality of life and what that might cost you, then you can ground it into numbers, okay? So For me, I'm not driven by money. I never have been. Even as a lawyer, I was never that interested in my salary. But what I did know as a lawyer was I needed to earn a certain amount to pay for my trains, for the outfits that I had to wear, you know, for all the getting my nails done that went with the outfits that I needed to wear to be presentable as a lawyer. You know, the other like holidays that I would want as a break, you know, think about the lifestyle that you want. What's that going to cost you? And then that gives you an idea of what your goals are for your business to support you. So this is why it's so important that we integrate life and our own personal soul aligned growth with those business goals, with those financial goals, so that we can really see how it's all interconnected and how it's weaving together to create a magical life for you. If you'd like to find out more about how you can integrate this, get some worksheets to support you and a few extra tips around how this works, then please go over and join the Spiritual Business Portal, which is a monthly membership area for spiritual businesses to discover more about energetics, grounding it into real commercial action that is aligned to your soul to express your soul's highest good and therefore bring more consciousness to this beautiful world that we live in.